today, getting these motors back together. So let's get right to it. In this step, I did some pretty serious damage to my pinky, so I'm a lot more careful putting these motors back together. So now we're going to drill a big hole in these motor plates in order for the bearings to be exposed, and you'll see why in the next step. So now you can see this hole is used to expose those bearings to put those little copper washers on there. And the purpose of those copper washers is these drivetrains are helical cut. So that's going to keep the whole motor from drifting off as you hit the gas really hard or hit the brakes really hard. The brakes, the regenerative brakes, of course. So you can see the drivetrain is nice and aligned. So now all we got to do is assemble 3 more of these motors, and then we can put them back on, and we are ready to roll. So here you can see the old battle-hardened external parts of the motor. So I'm basically reusing those so I don't have to put all that blue glue in there again, because that was very time-consuming. Basically what that does is it prevents those magnets from lifting out and causing havoc, because that could potentially lock up your wheel. And we definitely don't want the wheel to be locked up. So the whole purpose of swapping these motors in the first place is they're wound to different voltages, or different kilovolts is what they're called. So essentially I'm cutting the top speed in half and doubling the torque. So here's a little adapter PCB I made for the motor size, and then the standard JST connectors that I like to use. solder all the high voltage and high amperage wires. Yo, we're finally debugging the CAN bus. I have been waiting so long for this, and basically getting rid of a huge bottleneck. There's a bottleneck in the way that, oh my god, I don't even want to describe it. It's just stupid technical stuff. But basically, I can send data at least 4 times as fast through the CAN bus, but it's probably way faster, because essentially you're sending signals directly to the device versus having to go through but what's happening right now is it's going through a serial connection and then going over to the CAN bus. So it's loading down one of those 4 controllers. So having something directly connected to the CAN bus is exactly what I need to completely eliminate any sort of bottlenecking. All debugged and some very rough tuning. We're ready to try it out. Here we go. So if that looked relatively tame, yeah, you're right. I had this rather expensive camera in my hands, and I was not about to make any mistakes. And all it takes is a little too far of a lean with the settings all messed up, and next thing you know, it's like exerting full power in a very uncontrolled and scary fashion. So I'm going to tell you guys 3 little stories here. First time, let's see. I started, doing a little tuning here, and then all of a sudden, it just, threw me off the front of it because, overspooled. Next thing you know, whew, throws you off. Yeah, fun times. And then let's see. Next time, oh man. I don't even remember. Oh yeah, I just sort of freaked out because I got off and there's just so many parts of the code which I just needed to revise. And I got off and then the code didn't deactivate the thing. So next thing you know, I am grabbing onto it and making sure it's just literally like spinning me in circles. And I'm like standing on the ground. I'm like, in freak out mode. And I'm just like, oh yeah, just pull the kill switch. So, and then, okay, the third time, this is definitely the scariest one. So it's at the top of this hill and this speed bump, I'll bring it up for you on screen. Hit that and oh my goodness. Full spool in forward, so it just went and it was just full power. And next thing you know, it does the oscillation thing that it often does when the stuff gets all overspooled. And so I pull the kill switch and I'm going down this hill, as you can see. And next thing you know, I'm like thinking, oh, yep, well, even though I pulled the kill switch, these motors' resistances is not enough to slow this thing down because it's a big steep hill. So I sit on the back of the RoadSurfer, on the back Pelican case, and just start dragging my feet and bring it to a stop. So, oh yeah, it's been a journey. It's always been a journey with this thing. So I went ahead and I wrote a lot more code, and I solved a bunch of issues, and I adjust the tuning so the deactivation does work 100,000 times better. And a lot of these problems stemmed from the fact that I ported the entire code to a new microcontroller, as I often do. I'm always porting to the latest, greatest microcontroller. That's a bit of my weakness, and I just love the new features that come out on these later microcontrollers. And I'm not going to get into the specifics of that because that's a whole different video. But I did a lot of tuning and added a lot of really cool extra values and stuff. And so let's go ahead and play some awesome snow video for you.